In this video, we will talk about two important things: why has gold always had value and why it will always have value. First, let's look at the track record of gold. Some people argue that gold has no intrinsic value. Let me be frank. They say that it is a barbaric relic which no longer holds the monetary qualities of the past. They contend that it is a modern economic environment. Paper currency is the money of choice, that gold's only worth is a material to make jewelry. At the other end of the spectrum are those that assert that gold is an asset with various intrinsic qualities that make it unique and necessary for investors to hold in their portfolios. They believe that investors have as many reasons for investing in gold as do vehicles to make those investments. Most people would agree that gold has always had value for all of these reasons: a component of decorative jewelry, a sometime currency, and as an investment. But in addition to these concrete values, we would add another characteristic of gold, which may sound juvenile, but very, very real. Gold can simulate a subjective personal experience, but gold can also be objectified if it's adopted as a system of exchange. This duplicity is a conundrum that is unique to gold as a commodity. Gold can be something quantitative and tangible like money, and at the same time, it can embody something ethereal, like a feeling, even a host of feelings. So part of the reason that gold has always had value lies in the psychology and the nature of human experience. Gold is the oldest form of exclusivity and royalty. Palaces, crowns of kings and queens, and images of gods were molded into gold. Wedding rings are traditionally gold. Gold has that rare quality. It does not corrode. The quality of the gold mined 100 years ago is the same now and will be the same 100 years from now. But it's also so malleable that it can take the shape and form based on our need. The noble metals, platinum or palladium, are simply valuable because they're mostly non-reactive to other elements. That is, they produce little corrosion, but they're too rare to generate enough coins to circulate. To assign value to a metal, it must be somewhat rare so that not everyone is producing coins, but available enough so that a reasonable amount can be used for commerce. So let's talk about the future. As we've already mentioned, saying that gold has no intrinsic value is barbaric. Gold is in fact one of the most valuable materials for some of the most important innovations across industries, including medicine. It is being tested to cure cancer, and several of these tests have yielded great results. It could potentially be the most efficient cure. Almost 2 million new cancer cases are reported in the US alone. There are more than 9 million deaths worldwide because of this disease. That's 9 million people whose lives will literally depend on gold. And yes, we want these people to get better. That's our hope, and that's our desire as human beings. But as investors, we need to realize that this presents a lot of potential. Then there's electronics like phones, computers, tablets, servers. They're all using gold. In fact, gold is the key to stable connectivity to the internet and more stable storage. By 2020, 48.41% of people around the world using mobile phones. Inside of each of these phones is gold and other precious metals. And the use of mobile phones will not shrink. It will only expand. And phones get replaced regularly. That's half the world constantly needing gold. And we haven't even talked about computers, data servers, cars, dentistry, aerospace. Yes, aerospace. Gold is being used to produce oxygen on Mars. Sure, these innovations are in the early stages, but there's precisely why it makes sense to invest in it. Your investment will mature with the technology. We've been making extensive videos on the industrial uses of gold, and hopefully you've watched some of them. Click on the link below in the description box, and you can learn even more.